Shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your beer.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Look at you. So ready to betray yourself. You don't even know who you are, and look at all you are willing to give up. You don't even know what you want. You so damn focused on what you lost wanted to be left. What you lost ain't coming back for you. Don't you know that everything lost ain't missing? So what are you begging for? For somebody to unmake their mind about you? Bear me a favor, that you don't ever beg nobody to stay. That you don't ever beg nobody to love you. Love don't beg. Love ain't never have to beg for nothing. Don't walk through this world trying to keep everything. Because everything ain't yours. Even the things that you want to be yours, even the things that were once yours. Do you know that something can once be yours and then not be yours? Don't get used to nothing. I don't give a damn about who don't want you. Do you want you? And if you are so worth keeping, why won't you keep you? How come you ain't kept you? And when you finally trade yourself in, what do you want in return? The world? The woman who ain't even won herself got the nerve to ask somebody for the world. What fool gonna go and give you new shoes if you can't take care of the ones on your feet? You can't be trusted with the world. You'd waste the world. And what fool is gonna give a world to a woman who ain't even won herself? And you know it ain't no such thing as the world. Just your world. The one you make is the one you got. And when you finally trade yourself in, you don't get another one. So what is your world worth? At its smallest, ain't your world worth you? Ain't you worth you?
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason on Wednesday. I'm not playing. Y'all thought I was playing this evening? I'm not going to take my foot off the gas. I must continue this work. Very powerful poem, speech, declaration, however you want to call it. Very powerful. And it locks right into our topic today. Misery hates co-creation. Why haven't you accepted you yet? A deeper look at our persistent avoidance of accountability, responsibility, and shadow integration. Now, everybody named Mama. Well, Zoe is killing at KBLA. That relationship show Zoe is doing over there, everybody's got to do a relationship variation of it. Everybody's doing some kind of version of the voice of reason because the voice of reason is on fire. Shout out to Tavis Smiley. Tavis said, hey, man, get in there and lace them up. I said, okay, for sure. And we've been here for 3 years running. Now, it's very important for us to understand why this topic is important and how it relates to what I just mentioned. Everybody can talk about relationships. Everyone. Why? Because we're human beings. Being in a relationship is part of the human condition. You are born into relationships. Now, because we are programmed by education, indoctrinated by education, we think by defining certain relationships that the ones that have a heftier definition, right, requires more responsibility from us, requires more honesty, more transparency. But see, what you don't realize is relationships will always be spiritual. That's how they start. The relationship with you and your mother is a spiritual one, right? If she's sick, we sick. If she's upset, we upset. See, a lot of people don't understand that. We're starting to see, the clinicians are telling you, hey, wait a minute, this attachment stuff goes all the way back to in vitro. Right? If she's stressed, if she's anxious, we're stressed. We're anxious. A lot of people don't understand that. So yes, we could talk about relationships on a superficial level, right? But if you don't go inside and unlock the combination of you, then you're going to have these, yeah, you know, is it cool to have sex on the first date? How would you judge a woman that has sex on the first date? Like, we're going to keep having those kind of base kind of conversations. Not here on The Voice of Reason. Tonight's show is about personal responsibility, personal accountability, and self-avoidance, right? It's ironic. It's oxymoronic. It's foolish to think you can run to a relationship while running from yourself. Absolutely moronic. Is accountability a form of ego death for the unrepentant? How might embracing the lack of self-knowledge, self-awareness, and darker inner truths help to shoulder the weight that comes with accepting responsibility for who you are? So many people think they are their job. They think they are their partner. They think they are their car. They think they are their accomplishments. But no, that is not you either. How might suppression of the dark night of your own soul create emotional and spiritual upheaval in the process of accepting yourself? In what ways does situational blindness, self-criticism, and religious indoctrination contribute to the double-mindedness and cognitive dissonance associated with avoiding accountability? Why is it so difficult to accept, right, that you are flawed and those flaws are nothing but opportunities for you to get better, get stronger? Right? But you have to go inside and overcome them. Why is it so difficult? Is it shame? Is it guilt? Can we have a conversation with self about shame and guilt? True or false? We demonize tools for growth because we have yet to confront the things that have both comforted and stagnated us. What are some ways we manipulate and obfuscate higher truths to resist the inevitable confrontation with the pain, the grief, and suffering we create for ourselves and others? Is our spiritual breakthrough / manifestation equally as evasive as the true intentions we keep from one another? This is very deep stuff tonight. I don't know if you guys want to go here. Because when I asked people to call the show, and Andy said, you guys should call early, not later. But I understand why they called later, Andy. See, if I have time to break down what you're saying, that's exposure. That's why they call later. Zoe's going to talk to me about what I just said. He's going to walk me through the process of this thought I just presented. Yes, in a loving, non-judgmental way. I'm going to do it. But again, accountability is connected to self-realization. Relationship is the aquarium for self-realization through self-discovery. Many people are addicted to the quote-unquote goodness of relationship, while at the same time rejecting and pushing away the bad things that come from relationship. And you can't sequester the bad things out of relationship completely until you reach level 1000 on Dr. David R. Hawkins' consciousness grid. If you're not at that level, if you're vibrating at the level of fear, which he says 99.999% of all people on planet Earth, the entire population of Earth, are vibrating at the level of fear. So there's fear, there's shame, there's guilt, and then there's performance, there's makeup. The makeup is also your behavior. So you present as an ideal version of yourself to convince somebody. Most of us are just relationship salesmen. And it's very difficult to be accountable. I want to know, why is it so difficult for you to say, I loathe, I hate, I despise the shame that I have for myself, the guilt that I carry, right? I loathe it. Why is it so difficult? You know what? I'm upset with myself because I refuse to do the work, to start the healing journey, the healing process. And it bothers me. So I put all this time, energy, and effort into distractions, into people, into work. Yes, and we can get clinical. We can, talk about, attachment styles or ADHD or narcissism or MPD. We could talk about all of that as a reasoning behind why we won't do it. We could talk about Carl Jung, people do whatever, no matter how absurd, to avoid looking at themselves. But the reality of it is, a relationship won't save you from you. Not an interpersonal one, only an intrapersonal relationship can save you from you. Does that make sense? 1-800-920-1580. If fMRI scans reveal that accepting responsibility activates the anterior cingulate cortex, that's where the error deletion is in our brain, and deactivates the default mode network, self-awareness portion of the brain, does accountability literally dissolve egoic identity? Listen, being accountable might be the pathway to dissolving your ego, but you love you as you, right? Flaws and all, right? Really, there's no need to get better. Maybe we should pathologize self-work as self-improvement so you'll be more apt to do it. You'd rather work out your body than work out your wounds, work out your soul, work out your spirit. You'd rather do all of that than face the real you. And then, when everything crumbles around you, it's everyone else's fault. Right? It's everyone else's fault. Even the ancients with their spiritual insights were wrong. That doesn't apply to you. While at the same time, using the ancients' catchphrases to justify your victimhood. Am I lying tonight? 1-800-920-1580. Why is it so difficult to be accountable? Here's the empirical hook. Narcissists show 40% less ACC activation during guilt tasks. This is Dr. Romney, right? Let me read it again. Narcissists show 40% less ACC activation. This is brain activation during guilt tasks. Where they feel guilty. Eek, they don't even feel it. 40% less brain activity. Quote, the first step towards change is awareness. The second is acceptance. Nathaniel Brandon. Many of you are afraid of ego dissolution, neuro accountability, because you love you broken. You can't imagine you whole. So taking responsibility, accountability, is not something you're really invested in doing, but you will hold others accountable. When I come forward, I'm opening the phone lines. Who wants to talk? Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Before the fire, Altadena was a real-life Wakanda. A thriving black oasis just 15 miles from downtown Los Angeles. 80% black residents were homeowners, building intergenerational wealth against the odds. It was a hub of black-owned businesses, churches, and cultural institutions. It stood as a symbol of black resilience and economic independence. Then, in a matter of hours, it was gone. The fire tore through homes, swallowed businesses, and left behind a painful void. But was it just an unstoppable act of nature, or was negligence involved? Did officials ignore early warning signs? Were the response efforts delayed or insufficient? What role, if any, did corporate or government failures play? Survivors are demanding answers. Don't miss our KBLA Talk 1580 Town Hall. The Eden Altadena Fire, 100 days and counting. On Wednesday, April 16th, 4 to 6 p.m. at the Robinson Park Recreation Center, 1081 North Fair Oaks in Pasadena. Join Dominic DePrima, Nee Cordelai Corte, James Farr, Tavis Smiley, and a panel of survivors, community leaders, and experts as we commemorate Day 100 since the wildfires flared up. And we discuss where we go from here. It's KBLA's Eden Altadena Fire, 100 days and counting Town Hall. Wednesday, April 16th, 4 to 6 p.m. at the Robinson Park Recreation Center in Pasadena. Light refreshments to follow. follow. Admission is free, but sign up is required at our KBLA1580.com website. The first 100 attendees will receive a complimentary air purifier. This is a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and Quinn Emanuel Trial Lawyers. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, here we go, third take. Real quick, Ali. Got me breathing with dragons. I'll crack the egg in your basket. I'm Marilyn Manson with madness. Now just imagine the magic I like to. Don't ask for your favorite rapper.
He dead.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Church.
He dead.
I killed him.
Amen.
And this is rigor mortis, and it's gorgeous when you die. I recorded and I'm Morpheus, the matrix in my mind. I'm out the orbit, you an orphan and a hairdresser combined. I'm on the toilet when I rhyme. If you then I decline. I climax where you begin and then I end on cloud 9. And that's important when you morph into an angel in the sky. And don't be forging all my signatures. My listeners reply and tell me that you biting style. You got a hell of an appetite and I'm a beer for a while. Just buckle up before the ride or knuckle up if you can fight. We always making them duck or die. A suit and tie is suitable and usual. It's suicide. CSI just might investigate this parasite.
He dead. Amen.
That's what they telling me. Aim it at your celebrity. This is studio felony. Pharaoh Gumby to many and cool enough for the 70s. Paybacks have been living in debt with me. Dead I'm all in especially.
You're not healing. You're just performing a softer version of denial and calling it alignment. Ain't that a kick in the subconscious? You think you're doing shadow work because you saged your apartment and cried during a breathwork video. Nah. Real shadow work is confronting the version of you that manipulates, avoids, punishes, pleases, or lies, and then realizing that version is you. Jung didn't write The Archetypes and the Collective Unconscious in 1959 so you could repost trauma memes and feel spiritually superior while ghosting people. You're not triggered because they're toxic. You're triggered because they touch the wound you pretend doesn't exist. We don't hate people for who they are. We hate them for who they remind us we've disowned. That's why your ex still lives rent-free in your nervous system, and your boss makes you feel 7 years old. Shadow work isn't trendy, it's trench work. Digging through your own with curiosity, not judgment. Ask yourself, if I met someone who treated others like I do when I feel scared or unseen, would I admire them? Integration isn't forgiveness, it's ownership. Compassion without delusion, accountability without shame, and the courage to admit you're not broken, you're just fragmented.
Whoa! Wait a minute. That was like a Brian. You know Brian from Family Guy, the dog, the cartoon dog? So I think that clip is from I guess Instagram, and there's like a page that deals with heavy, psychological topics. And it's a cartoon, and that was a dog talking. Well, it's a man, but a dog talking. But yo, it was concise. It was on point. See, it's easy to play spiritual. It's easy to play whole, right? H or WHOLE. It's easy to play that, front that, perform wholeness. But to be wholeness means you are devoid of resentment, resistance, judgment, condescension. You're devoid of that, right? You're devoid of fear. But if you still got all of that, that means you still got work to do. When cortisol spikes during shadow work, which is facing repressed traits, why do you ghost people? You think it's normal? Why do you manipulate? You think it's normal? Right? Why do we lie? Do we think it's normal? It's par for the course of the human condition, right? But why do we weaponize lies against people that we love? Why do we weaponize manipulation against people that we... These are the things that we must be accountable for. Again, when cortisol spikes during shadow work, facing repressed traits, does this biochemical resistance explain why societies pathologize self-confrontation as overthinking? Zoe's not just making up wild questions. Let's get the empirical hook. Chronic cortisol elevation shrinks the hippocampus, impairing emotional regulation. That's Titcher. Quote, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. Right? Cortisol avoidance. I want to live the soft life. I don't disturb my peace. Disturbance is equivalent to Gold's Gym. Disappoint is equivalent to Gold's Gym. You have to get in there and do the work. And how do you know what work to do? Triggered. I'm triggered. Oh, that's the work I should be focused on. Before we move forward, let me just shout out Deborah Moore. She wrote me a beautiful letter and sent a mug, a specialized mug, to the station for me. I want to say, Deborah, I appreciate you listening to the show. In her letter, she mentioned, yo, man, I wouldn't have learned about Krishnamurti. I really appreciate the content, the topics. Thank you, brother. That's what she said. I'm paraphrasing. Her handwriting was very neat. If I could show it, it was very neat. She wrote in 2 pen colors. But I'm very thankful for Deborah Moore, Los Angeles, California. I'm not going to say her actual city, but Los Angeles, California. We really appreciate you sending that out, showing your love. When I come forward, I'm going to keep peeling this onion, make you cry.
Wrestling, that's irrelevant. Rather rest at your residence, whistling to the melody. Couldn't think of a better D. Better be on your P and Q. It's just me, J Rock, Soul and Q. Solar system and barbecue. Nothing else you can do.
He did.
Yep.
Amen.
I killed them.
He did. Amen.
Amen. Got me breathing with dragons. I'll crack the egg in your...
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. The trial of former Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson charged with killing Sonia Massey, a black woman, has been moved to Peoria County. His lawyers argued he could not get a fair trial in Sangamon County, Illinois. No date has been set. Rep. Laurel Lee, the only Florida lawmaker who backed Ron DeSantis for president, is now endorsing Black Rep. Byron Donalds for governor. She joins 6 other members of Florida's congressional delegation. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams' administration is allowing ICE to open an office at Rikers Island to work with city officials on gang and drug cases. Critics, including Black City Council Speaker Adrian Adams, say it aligns New York City with Trump's harsh deportation policies. And LeBron James is becoming Mattel's first ever Ken-bassador with his own Ken doll. Taller than the usual Ken, it features James in a varsity jacket, Beats headphones, and Nike sneakers. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You ready? An all-new Dave & Buster's is here with all-new games just in time for spring break. Fly high in Top Gun Maverick, or step into the UFC Challenge and battle Godzilla in VR, or put yourself inside the new human crane and become the Claw to grab epic prizes. Only at Dave & Buster's.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out.
Believe it.
Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Keep following the leader.
Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Hi, I'm Joe Montaigne. Let's talk about veteran homelessness, because it's not just a housing issue, it's a human issue. Right now, we need LA property owners to open their doors and give veterans a safe place to call home. With guaranteed rent and dedicated support, you can be part of the solution. Learn how you can help. Email houseurourvets@lacity.org.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Everybody put 3 fingers in the air. The sky's falling, the wind is calling. Stand for something or die in the morning. Section 80, high power.
visions of Martin Luther staring at me. Malcolm X put a hex on my future, someone catch me. I'm falling victim to a revolutionary song. The Serengeti's clone. Back to put you backstabbers back on your spinal bone. You slit your disc when I slit you my dish. You wanted to diss but jumped on my grown. Man never should bite their tongue unless you eating that smell like it's a stale plum. I got my finger on the pistol, aiming it at a pig. Charlotte's Web is gonna miss you. My issue isn't televised, and you ain't gotta tell the wise how to stay on beat because our life's an instrumental. This is physical and mental. I won't sugarcoat it. You'll die from diabetes if these other wrote it. And everything on TV just a figment of imagination. I don't wanna pass the nation.
Ooh. Listen, you think I'm not going to bring different perspectives in here? Yes, I am. So the purpose of you living is to know yourself, not what you do, not your name, not where you're from. You, the source of you. That is the purpose. Relationship is designed to reflect it back to you. Oh, it hurts. Well, there's work. It's difficult. Well, there's work. Then accountability comes in and says, hey, take responsibility for your portion, right? You got people who can't, listen. We need to teach apologies at the college level. It should be taught at the Ivy League level, at Tufts, at MIT, at Caltech. Because people don't know, because there's too much shame in it. To truly apologize is to be self-accountable. I know what I did. I know how it made you feel because I saw your response to what I did. And if I'm human, if I still have the capacity to empathize with what I did to you, do you see? But we live in a vicious cycle of self-avoiders. Oh, you did that to me? Cool. Taking notes. That's a coupon that I can cash in later to hold it above your head or justify doing something similar and then turning around and never really apologizing. We got blanket license apologies that cover everything without being specific. In American government, we have loans. We have some general funding that you can get from the federal government that doesn't specify anything. It's called a block loan. Here you go. Here's a block loan. Just, it's a bunch of money. Whatever you need it for, apply it to that. Versus category loans. Category funding is saying, hey, this is for school. This is for, apologies got to be that way. Apologies have to be like categorical funding. You have to say, this is what I did. But it takes an extreme level of self-accountability to apologize authentically. When New Age communities frame shadow work as toxic vibes, because everybody wants to be peace. Everybody wants to be, oh, it's all good, everything, right? Does this mirror the amygdala's fight, freeze, flight response to avoid essential discomfort? You want to be an adult in a relationship, but you don't like and you avoid essential discomfort. What do you mean essential discomfort? Zoe, what are you talking about? I could have said existential, but I'm not. Essential discomfort. There's a certain level of discomfort that is good for the relationship. And to have a good relationship, a healthy relationship, conflict is essential. Discomfort is essential because it teaches you how to adjust, adapt, not run. Man, breaking up is the worst thing that has ever happened to relationships. Because most people do it because they're not worried about the relationship. Clearly, they're worrying about being exposed. Let me get out of here before they see me. Oop, they saw me. Now I'm definitely not coming back. Do you see? Spiritual bypassers show 34% higher amygdala activation during self-reflection tasks. This is UCLA. Let me pull that back. Spiritual bypassers. Everything gonna be all right. God got it. You know, when God, I'm highly favored and blessed. And, you know, God, a spiritual bypasser. 34% higher amygdala activation during self-reflection tasks, UCLA. The amygdala is the strong emotion center in the brain. Fear, anger, all that, amygdala. Right? And it works with other parts of the brain, the hippocampus, all that. It works with other parts, but guess what? The amygdala, fear. 34% higher amygdala activation during self-reflection. So when I start looking at me, my survival instincts go up. Yeah. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid looking at themselves. And if I'm avoiding looking at me, then I gotta look at somebody to blame. Zoe has been preaching for years, claim over blame. I'm not telling you to claim the whole broken situation, but I am telling you to claim what you brought to the broken situation. That's accountability. I brought this to us. Come on. If you're the Kool-Aid, I'm the sugar. How about it? Tell me what you brought to it. You guys want to tap into equity theory? Well, he has to make as much money or more than me. He got to have this. She got to have that. Okay, that's equity theory. An economist created equity theory, and we incorporated it into relationship. Well, what about accountability theory? Zoe's going to come up with that, accountability theory. Let's do that. Enlightenment is ego's ultimate disappointment. Shogayam. That's Shogayam. I'm sorry. Y'all, are y'all ready for tonight's topic? I'm just getting started. I'm tired of fake enlightenment. Sure, I can get some dhikr beads if I was a Muslim, a rosary if I was Catholic, right? I got some rudrakshas if I was Buddhist. Sure, I can have the beads. I can wear the garb. I can look the part. But am I what I'm projecting? Can the Bhagavad Gita's concept of nishkama karma, let me say it again, slower, nishkama karma, selfless action, collapse quantum timelines, retroactively healing generational avoidance patterns? Yes, we're avoiding what is necessary. The part of us that we've repressed, we're avoiding it. And we're expecting our partners to tolerate it. Accountability is a key ingredient. You rarely hear people say it. Men say women should be accountable. Women aren't accountable. But then turn around and have the nonsensical argument of, you kept a baby I didn't want. Well, you put a naked penis into her. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't even make sense. You can't go raw and then say, you did this to me. It doesn't make sense. That's not accountability. Accountability is, I don't want a child, so I'm going to strap up. Does that make sense? When we come forward, the voice of reason going to the phone lines. I know I'm turned up. But I need to hear from you. We're going to talk.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Fire, fire, fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cordially invite you out to the Comedy Connection series, where comedy meets connection. You're gonna laugh, but you're also gonna learn. The long-awaited collaboration, where comedy collides with connection. It's your brother Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, KBLA's own. I'm teaming up with my friend, the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady. We're gonna host this comedic relationship roundtable series live at Inglewood's iconic Miracle Theater. May 31st, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't wait around. Get your tickets now. Join top comedians Ron G. and Kevin Tate, along with clinicians Dr. P. Pacoya McCall Robinson, along with my friend Christopher Johnson, PhD. Trust me, this is something you don't want to miss. It's unique, it's funny, and it's insightful. Think therapy meets punchlines. Tickets are selling faster than a bad first date. You better grab yours now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. The Live Your Life organization mentors young women, helping them break negative mindsets and see beyond their surroundings. Through career exposure and hands-on training, they're encouraged to think big, stay focused, and make positive choices. Founded by Nikisha Mama Boo Smith, who transformed her life to become a community leader. Live Your Life is changing lives, but they need your help. They're raising funds to keep their new building open and expand their programs. Your donations will support food, clothes, hygiene products, and holiday giveaways. Visit liveyourlife32.com. That's LIVEYOLIFE32.com to help today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from Nits in the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Everybody sit your down and listen to true motherfucking story told by Kendrick Lamar, Rosecrans. Drinking till I can't no more. Really, I'm a so-and-so, but I'm with the homies right now. And we asking for no favors. Rushing it quick to laugh about it later. Really, I'm a peacemaker, but I'm with the homies right now. And mama used to say, one day it's gonna burn you out. One day it's gonna
women don't tend to usually take accountability for is the lies they tell themselves. That's the key to what I just said. We say, oh, I'm not a liar because I tell everybody the truth. So why am I attracting a liar, Dr. Stacy? I can go through the commitment you make to yourself on a daily basis and how you lie to yourself. That usually is the breakdown. That's when the light goes off and they go, I have no integrity with myself. So that is why I'm probably getting men who have low integrity. I don't, that's funny, because I don't have any integrity, right? Energy attracts energy. It starts with you. And the thing about it is, we're human. Just make another choice. And every day you wake up, try to meet that choice and challenge, because life is challenging, with success.
Man, doctor, is that Stacy? Why did she take off from the free throw line with a blindfold on and went through the leg with the East Bay and tapped it off the backboard? What in the world? Ladies, I didn't say it. A sister said it. Now what you want to do? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. You heard Sai Baba earlier speaking in his native tongue of Telugu with his interpreter. He said, it's you. Knowledge of self. You. Not what you do, not who you are, not where you're from, not your religion. You. The observer. Right? Not the voice in your head. It is the observer that heard the voice in your head. Ooh, I know y'all not ready for tonight's work. Let's get these callers in here. All right. Let's go to Jay from Los Angeles. They were on the longest. And then we're going to Vallejo, Tanya. Jay from L.A., what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
Hey, what up, Zoe? I'm being accountable right now. I'm BTW Media in the chat. So you say call in, so I'm calling in.
There you go, brother. Now let me hit you with this real quick. No cursing, because Andy is going crazy. No cursing. He's new. He's new to the show. No curse. So there's no cursing.
I ain't new, but I'm ready. I'm on it.
All right, no profanity. So talk to us, Jay. What are your thoughts?
I've been a long time listener, right? And one of the things I picked up from you that I apply to my life is the spiritual demotions.
Ooh, come on. Yeah.
So I also learned in listening and taking in this information about myself is of being avoided. I don't like confrontation, a non-confrontational person, right? Mm-hmm. But I didn't understand that the work, like you said, was in the discomfort. So that's how I'm holding myself accountable today.
Come on.
By being vulnerable, pressing through that fear of being judged, being misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I just try to take daily inventory at the end of my day. How did my interactions go? Is there any stone I left unturned that I might need to go back to? And a lot of times, like I said, I see those moments where I was triggered, and I say to myself, oh, spiritual demotion, get back in there.
Come on. Hey, brother, you not playing today. I love this. Let me tell you something about that judgment piece. So you know there are lower courts in America. There's appellate courts. There are lower courts, right? What's the highest court in the land? What court is that?
The Supreme Court.
So when it comes to people judging you, they're all lower courts. You're the Supreme Court of you.
Ah.
Do you see? You override all of it. If the Supreme Court steps in and says this is the ruling, that's the ruling, because their job is to interpret law. They are the translators and the interpreters of law. You interpret your reality for you, brother.
Ashe.
Man, come on, Jay, man. I appreciate you for calling in, and I'm going to hold you accountable again.
For sure.
I got one more thing for you to do.
All right.
You got to go to themiracleinglewood.com and purchase your tickets for my relationship roundtable May 31st. Themiracleinglewood.com. Go to events May 31st. Me and Ray Grady, we're doing a relationship roundtable. It's going to be fire. Clinicians and comics come together, bro, it's going to be extraordinary, and I expect to see you there, man. I want to shake your hand.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna try
sir.
to make it.
Los Angeles is in the building. LA, don't play me. Y'all gotta go to the miracleinglewood.com. Go to events. Ray Grady and I, comedian Ray Grady, it's gonna be so funny. I can't give away the setup, but when I tell you the production of this thing is amazing. I'm bringing comedians and clinicians together. You're going to get insights and insults. No, you're not going to be insulted. It won't be insights and insults. No, but I got it set up to where the comics are going to be doing comedy. I don't want to give it away. But when I tell you it's going to be funny, it's going to be insightful, enlightening. We got Ray Grady, we got Ron G, we got Kevin Tate, and then, of course, we got Dr. Pacoya McCall Robinson, my god sister. She'll be on stage with us. And then we got Dr. Christopher Johnson, PhD. He'll be on stage with us as well. When I tell you what I got in store, I can't really describe it, but you can go to their website and get your tickets now because tickets are moving. I'm getting ticket sale updates every day. So listen, the tickets are moving, and I don't want you to miss your opportunity to participate. Listen, when we come forward, the voice of reason, we going up north. We going to the Bay Area. Yeah. We going up north, man. I love it. We going to Vallejo. We're going to talk to our good friend Tanya in a second.
Four deep in a white Toyota, a quarter tank of gas, one doing orange soda. Janky stash box when the federales are roll up. Basketball shorts with the Gonzalez Park odor. We on the mission for bad bitches in trouble. I hope the universe love you today. Cause the energy we bring is sure to carry away a flock of positive activists and feel